Hello, Scorpio. We are here with your tarot reading for the beginning of June. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. All right. So I'm seeing the King of Swords, which means there's going to be a focus on you. I'm hearing creating, expressing yourself, communicating. There may be an important decision coming up, or just you needing to say something that feels important or have an important conversation. Something where your clear communication is going to be of the utmost importance. You may be figuring out how to do that right now with the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is also about like prioritizing you speaking your truth in some way, speaking in a transparent manner with another person. Like, I see King of Swords as you needing to express yourself with another person or in front of other people. And you may need to be the one to initiate a conversation as well, or communication. We have the King of Swords. You really can't plan this. We have the King of Swords here, as I was saying. Eight of Pentacles is like, you've been working on this. You've been working on using your voice. You've been working on speaking up. You've been working on communicating. There can be a focus on like writing, speaking, anything where you would be expressing yourself, expressing thoughts, swords, thoughts that you have, like your mental focus, what's going on internally, and then how you're expressing that outwardly. So I'm not seeing this be a beginning moment for you. This is something that you've definitely been working on as far as you expressing yourself and taking the initiative. Using your voice in an important way. This can also be among friends too, or like people that you connect with. Like, it doesn't have to be for work or something. This can just be within your interpersonal relationships. Finding your voice. Four of Cups. Four of Cups can be feeling medium about something. I'm seeing... I keep seeing the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I generally associate this with you like meeting up, connecting, or hanging out with somebody. It can be a reunion. I'm hearing recreation, something recreational. Four of Cups is somebody not really feeling super into something. But we also have the Hanged Man here too, so that may not be one's like solid perspective yet at this point. There may be more to learn or understand about why one is feeling the way one is feeling. Hold on. I'm hearing actually the Spanish word for lies with the Magician and the Three of Swords. I want to see further like the context surrounding this. I do want to point this out. You may be not feeling into something and trying to figure out like why that is. Like, you may be trying to understand why you have this feeling of like not a full body yes to something. Now, having the Magician and the Three of Swords can feel like actively having a conversation that hurts, but it can also be somebody saying something hurtful or creating a scenario that leads to somebody getting hurt, which I'm seeing you not want to be a part of. I'm also seeing you've been like working on your heart space as well. But maybe this is something that you're struggling with currently. I'm seeing it have to do with the Magician and the Three of Swords. This can even feel like if I say something, or if I activate, or if I like actively try to create this situation, I feel fear that I may feel hurt, or I may hurt another person, and I'm not into it because of that. But I see this more so as there's something about you feeling that if you bring your voice into a conversation, that pain is going to be involved. This may be bringing up fears for you, triggering something for you. I'm seeing Leo here. I'm also hearing Pisces, maybe placements of yours or somebody that you're dealing with. Scorpio. You may need to say something, but it's going to feel hard to say. Like, I'm seeing this Three of Swords, maybe like you need to communicate something, but you may know that it's going to be hard to say, and it may also be hard for someone to hear as well. But I'm seeing it be really necessary for you to be honest, because it really looks like you're not feeling a situation, and you being transparent about that is going to be important. Like, I'm seeing you really need to show up here, to feel like you're showing up for yourself. With you and another person. This is within a partnership, I'm seeing. It's about you expressing yourself. About you, like, revealing your core rather than hiding. I will say this, just like standardly speaking, when it comes to the archetype of Scorpio, like, the energy can be wanting to keep things very private. And like, this is coming from, like, I have a Pluto dominant chart, which means that I have mostly Pluto within my chart. So I would like to believe that through that and just studying, archetypally speaking, that I have an idea of what that looks like. When it comes to Scorpio, the mission is to sort of keep things like underground. That's one of the symbols of Scorpio. Things that are buried, things that are underneath, things that are hidden, all of that. You have a very keen sense of emotionally being able to pick up on something. And I'm seeing there be something that's coming up where there may be pain that is like in the future, or you're perceiving that it's in the future, or something is going to hurt or bring up old wounds, and there may be this desire to avoid this in some sort of way, which is natural, which is normal. The ego's like, please don't. If we can avoid pain in any way, we will do that, even if it means maybe not being honest or maybe not voicing your truth. But there's this other deeper aspect of you that, even though you really value your privacy, because that allows you to feel safe, and that can feel like a very important core value of yours, something important needs to be said that may be a more difficult thing to say, and it needs to be shared with a partner. Like, this is how you create intimacy with another person, by allowing yourself to be seen, even if this means having a tough conversation. So you've been working on finding your voice and expressing yourself. That's what these cards mean. This is you connecting with your Mercury energy, and Mercury is all about the throat chakra. It's about you being able to listen. It's also about you being able to feel what's going on and then express that outwardly, communicate with another person. This means being honest. This means being transparent. This also means allowing yourself to be seen, and in doing so, you're able to create what you want within your life. I remember reading about how when we speak our truths, it empowers us, and so it makes your energy stronger. And when we lie, it's sending our energy on like a bad trip, and it ends up taking away from us and like withdrawing an aspect of our energy. And that's why it's so important to be honest, because you actually end up taking power away from yourself when you're not being honest, even if it's hard. Because I'm seeing a situation where it may not be easy to do that, especially because you may have tried to speak your truth in the past and then been hurt, which I'm seeing you like been really working on your healing. But this may trigger something for you that feels very uncomfortable, because I'm seeing you be like, I've been working on this. Like, I'm not trying to create more issues here of pain. However, there may be a part of you that's like, let's bypass this so I can avoid it, which is just going to actually recreate a situation and create more pain and more processing, and it's just going to take more time. So this seems like facing something and addressing something head on, even though part of you may be like, I don't want to have to be strong in this moment. I wish that this situation would be an easier one, but it seems like it's really worth it within this connection that you have with this person to be transparent and to allow yourself to be seen. Otherwise, again, you're going to feel like it will weaken the strength of intimacy that you share with this person. Your perspective may also be shifting and growing and changing when it comes to the dynamic that you have with this person and how things are playing out. This is hard. For some of you too, you may be like working on healing through like heartbreak that was based off of rejection, which is in turn like changing your perspective of, it's a dynamic that you have with somebody, a relationship that you have with somebody. I'm seeing the emphasis on Leo here again. This can be like a fear of being betrayed, but it can also be a fear of you not trusting yourself too. I will say this for sure. The only way that you can know for sure that you're not projecting onto somebody is when it comes to this sort of thing of like paranoia and feeling scared and stuff like that. If you are doing anything that you don't feel good about, if you're like lying in any way, if you're cheating in any way, if you're doing something that you're trying to keep hidden so other people can't see, you're not going to be able to tell, am I projecting onto this person or are they not being honest with me? It's going to create a block when it comes to your intuition. See, if you're doing things where you know that you're being honest, you're being transparent, you're being like authentic, you're doing things that are in alignment with your values, if you start picking up on an energy, you'll know that it's not you because you're in the light. However, if you're not going to be able to know, is my intuition telling me that this person is doing something, or am I just paranoid because I'm actually doing things like this that I don't feel good about and I'm projecting onto them? So this is really the key to being able to tell that difference. So right now, like, I can't tell. It's just going to depend on you and how you're living your life, because this can go either way. This can be a fear that somebody's going to be betraying you, but whether or not this is projection or not, like whether or not this is a reality or not, it depends on what you're doing. So it's going to depend on the person. So again, if you're doing something that you don't feel good about, it may not be this other person. This may be just you really looking into a mirror when you look at this other person. Like, especially those of you that have significant Scorpio placements, it's very easy for us to feel paranoid. That's why it's so important to do things that are in alignment and to be honest even when it's hard. Otherwise, you're going to be picking up on things and you're not going to know whether it's your energy or the other person's. And that's why this is so important. Like, if you want to feel good, if you want to feel safe, if you want to feel at peace, you have to be living right with yourself. And that looks different to each of us because we each have different internalized values that are important to us. But as long as you're like living within your code that you create, your moral code and what you believe in, these feelings aren't going to happen. And when they do, it's because somebody else is bringing that energy into your life. But you living in a way that feels in alignment is going to help you discern the difference between, is this my energy that I'm picking up on because something's not sitting well with me, or is this that other person's energy? And it'll help you decipher and discern. This can also be deep, deep-seated fear of betrayal and like letting yourself be seen and be vulnerable. And if you do that, are you going to be taken advantage of? I just see this as like a really deep fear. That's also something that you want to connect with and you want to pay attention to within you as well. Like, what's motivating you right now when it comes to the decisions that you're making? Are you motivated by fear? Is that what you're grabbing onto and energetically the level that you're on? Or are you being motivated by empowerment and bravery? And is that the vibration that you're grooving with currently? So that's also going to really tell you some important stuff. It's going to inform you as to what this all is. I will say this again, very, very important. If you know that you are making decisions that you feel good about, you feel proud about, you'd feel fine if anybody saw what you were doing, you feel at peace with that, you feel like you're living in alignment with your purpose and your code and that you're being authentic and transparent, then you picking up on this, maybe you picking up on somebody else's energy. But again, if you're not, this is a moment for you to check yourself, which is important because you don't have to be feeling like this. But the only way you're going to know the difference is if you like draw that line and know which side of it you're on. It does look like there's some sort of attachment that you have that you're letting go of. This looks like an attachment that has like an addictive quality or component to it. That would be blurring your vision, so to speak, energetically speaking. I'm looking at Gemini, Neptune, Leo, and Mercury. Something may feel intensely unpleasant, but I'm seeing it's only going to last for a very short amount of time. I'm seeing you move out of it very quickly. I'm also seeing stress pop up within your dynamic with this person, but I'm seeing that see this stress, it went up under this card. Stress between you and somebody else, but I'm seeing that you're going to come out on the other side of it and things are going to be okay. It seems like this is a really intense moment, which again is characteristic of Scorpio. Like the way that things happen is that you find yourself in these situations that feel very intense and they are a catalyst for a really big personal change and growth for you, and then you come out on the other side and you're like, I'm brand new. But when you're going through it, it's like the most severe, intense situations that you find yourself in, but you grow the most through it. So this is going to be a moment of like major evolving for you, a huge catalyst that's going to put you more and more in touch with yourself, more and more of the cracking open and the shedding. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.